Okay. I printed out the tongs here. This much was good. This much was not, but the important part was this much. Because I wanted to know how well this joint worked. But I did need to know how well these would work, and they didn't work all too well because they aren't stiff enough. So I'm going to go ahead and go back on certain things. So that I can change things. What's going on? So to make it stiffer, I was afraid of that. To make it stiffer, I see. It's because these are the same and I'm going to go ahead and delete this oh, yeah, delete. Now I should be able to make this 4. Okay, that still wants to be driven. Now can I... That still wants to be driven. That can be bigger. What's driving this? Oh. There. Okay. So that'll make it stiffer. And now I'm going to go ahead and these should be this point right there, and that point right there should be, or that line should be coincident. And then I want to move this. Yeah, I'm going to change these to actually 1.6. What? Can I not do that? No, it's because numlock keeps getting turned off for some reason. There. And then I'm going to go ahead and put these back where they're supposed to go. That over-constrained it, so that's good. There. Oh, wait. Okay. So that'll make these stiffer, but I won't quite make them stiff enough. At least I don't think it will. So then what is the angle there? That's 0. That's good. I want it to be 90. Wait. That's wrong. What kind of planes can I make? At angle, tangent plane, mid-plane, plane through 2 edges, plane through 3 points, plane tangent to face at point, plane along path, axis through cylinder, axis, 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 axis. Okay. Point along path, point at vertex. Okay, there we go. That's normal to that, so I should be able to... There we go. Wrong plane. Okay. And then make that, I don't know, 2. Actually, no. Do it like that, and then make these equal. And then from whatever, I'll go up this way then. Hmm. 2.5. Now I should be able to extrude this way. Can I go to a line? I want it to be a line. Can I go to the point? Nope. Oh, start at an object. No. Okay, try again. This. And what is that distance? Can I chamfer this? Kinda. There. Now that the chamfer can't go all the way to the whole thing. Why did that say 4.3? Okay then, that's weird. Now I should be able to take this plane and mirror these two features. Error. Compute failed. Cannot find edge to chamfer. I'll just do the chamfer by hand, I guess. There. that I believe should keep it from doing much. I'm gonna go, not this one. I'm gonna go back into the sketch. No, that was for the plane. This sketch. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Should have done this anyways. That would have been easier. And then it was this extrude, and then it was see, then I wouldn't have had to have made a whole separate plane. Yeah, I can just okay. Options. Okay. Get rid of the sketches. And cool. Cool. So now what I'm going to do to try and make these into better tongs so I'm going to make a sketch here. I'm going to go ahead and project these here faces of these triangle bits. Alright. So the thickness and that triangular part should keep it from being flexible. Now this part is gonna make it better able to grab things. So I'm just gonna go ahead and eyeball something. Put a line between these two lines and then a line starting at the midpoint going this way. And these two are construction lines. So now if I mirror this line across this line, then I go ahead and I offset this by about minus 2.4. And then I mirror that one. Then if I connect these, does that close it? That closes that closed it? Yeah, it closed it. Okay. No, it didn't close this one. Oh no, it didn't close either of them. And this one's still not closed, is it? Hang on, where is it? No, it's closed. Okay. And then if I close that all the way, how much space will I have? I'll have this will be to here. No, that's wrong. Too many control Y's there. I had to control Z them back. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna try to I don't know why, but that just felt right. And then why is that mirror? This was mirrored, but it's different. Whatever. Okay. If I take this, I get 24 is times 2. It's about 50 millimeters worth of space to grab things with, which is not much. So if I go ahead and I shrink it some, then I get 28 times 2 would be a little less than 50. It'd be 56. Still not much, but much better than 50 actually. So make that 28. And this didn't mirror. Why didn't it mirror? This should be... What happened? Where'd it go? Failed to solve. Okay, well then I'll just delete it. I'll just delete that. Now what I'm gonna do is I want to make this into something that can pick up fries, right? And a good chunk of fries. So then I'm gonna bring up the scoop here. And I believe it was the very first sketch, yeah. So the outside is 32, right? So now I'm gonna take and make a line going this way and make it 32. If I put a 3-point arc here, no, not there, on the line, okay, that's interesting. If I put the arc like here, that looks nicer, but that's not gonna be nicer. Let's see what happens if I try and make a circle all the way out to here. And then make another circle out to here. And what is that distance? 2.867. Interesting. Again, I want to make something that looks that should be able to pick up French fries. That should be a negative. And if I put that there, what if I just put a line here, put another line here, and call it quits for that, or call it good enough for now. I'm gonna make these construction real quick before I move them around. Okay, I chose 2.4 here because that's a little thicker than 2, and 2, it's a little thicker than 2, and it'll make it a little stiffer and a little stronger. That's a construction line. I think, oops. I think yeah, that's weird. Okay. I think I should put a line here and define its distance from that line there. Call it 5 for now. I'm going to go ahead and go back in the sketch and put a line from here going out this way. Now I'm going to extrude this and the other one. To here. Now if I take and mirror that, I'm gonna move this and create a copy. Okay, now I'm gonna move Tongs 1. No, now I'm gonna make an axis. Going through this here. And I need to see something. I'm gonna move this one, rotate it, and choose this axis. I'm gonna, okay. Now I'm gonna start a sketch on this one and make a line that roughly goes to here, and that is 13. What did that need to be? On the scoop, it's... I don't need to actually have the scoop visible. On the scoop, it is 53. That is the thing. Right? Because in order to make it 53, I'm gonna have to do this, right? And then it's gonna close less. So if I take this now, what is that? That's only 20. That gives me 40. Right? And then I can go back into here and change this to about 20. Yeah. And that's an issue. It's especially an issue because this is not much space. I want to see something. If I move this like this, put it here, it fits inside of this. So instead, I'm going to go ahead and take and delete this. Yeah, go ahead. Delete this. Create a new sketch here. And then project these bits, and then project this bit, and this. Then I'm going to go ahead and, no, not tongs, scoop. Put a line here to here, then halfway. Copy it. Move it like 15 degrees. What did that change about the actual relationship that these have? Oh, I see. I see. This is a point on the thing. That's wrong. Okay. Paste it again. Move it by about 15-20 degrees. Completely decouple this from the other thing. Put it inside a little bit, maybe a lot. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and measure this line I made. 13. Okay. And then if I take the distance from here to here, I'm going to get 25, which is going to give me 50. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and extrude all this stuff. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and mirror it. Okay. Now if I bring out this doesn't have that anymore because... Yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead and delete that, yes. And then I'm going to go ahead and copy it again. And that's what it would look like. And now if I go into this sketch... Sorry, don't undo that. So I make a new sketch here, and I need to measure what this is. $15. So I go back into this sketch, and instead of being 13, I make it somewhere between 13 and 26. I'll just make it 3/4, so 13 plus 26 divided by 2. And then okay. Create a sketch here and measure this distance. $30. And then what was it on the actual scoop? 53. So that's about a little less than 3/4. Okay. And then I get rid of this one, and then I measure this again. 37. Okay. 37 is not much. Nineteen and a half. And then now what is that? 44. Better. I think that's good. I think that's good enough, kind of. But another thing I can do is move this further out like that. And what that'll do, So that'll give me more space here, hopefully. The issue is the more space I put here, the more space I need here. Right? This needs to fit inside of the fry baskets. So that becomes an issue. So I really don't want to have to move it all that much. I'd prefer to keep it in like this if I could, but then that reduces this. Another thing I can do is I can reduce this slightly. But that doesn't do anything, do much. I think I'm going to try it out like this. Where is that? That would be this one? Yeah. Okay. Pretty darn big, but not too big. And then mirror that again. And the scoop was where's the move for the scoop? Okay. This is just to test it. So the idea here is I'll print it in this orientation. I would use it actually in like this orientation. I'll start a sketch in the mid plane and put a line about there-ish. And another line here. I'll bring up the scoop. Okay. Bring it down so that this, okay. So now change this extrude to be more close to that. Okay. There we go. And then change this symmetric and that. And then this should be about 45 degrees, I believe. I'll make it 40. Put it here. It's this one. Mirror this on this plane. And then if I take this sketch here, that's 59. So that's, ooh, that's correct. Okay. Delete that. What if I make it actually 59? Yeah, that's much. 40, and then, yeah, I'm just eyeballing this. Can I move? Yeah, I want to move. Can I move this to before this? Not easily. So I'll just delete it. Okay, I want to clean this up. I'm going to go ahead and project this face and the other face on the other side. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and cut these out. And then I'm going to go ahead and put a sketch here. Okay. Now if I go ahead and extrude this symmetric. Yeah, that looks good. And then these sketches are annoying. And then I'm going to go ahead and see about trying to chamfer this. 5. Okay. And what that did is that just made it a little bit better connected there. Now I can select this again. Now I can make it 5. Okay. This is gonna be so stupid. Okay. Okay, fillet these. The reason I'm going to fillet these... No chance for them. The reason I'm going to do that is so that these don't go down into infinitely small points. How about distance and angle? Yeah, that's good. Change that angle to... Where was that? It was before the mirror. Okay. What is that angle? 27.5. Okay. That, nope, okay. Darn, this is going to be some kind of cotangent relationship. $90 is too much. $40, $45, 6, 7, 8, 9, 8.5. Close enough to vertical. Screw it. Three-point plane. Here, here, here. Big old rectangle. And cut it out. There. Okay, so now when I close that, I'm going to delete these again. Okay, never mind. So now when I close that, it'll be able to hopefully hold French fries. Oh, you know what? I just realized if I'm going to do it like that, I don't know why these are too... I should do that. Mm, 1.4. And what that'll do is give me something to, like, you know, an angle is better to scoop with than just a piece of flat. And I hope this works, because what this is this is just basically just rotate along this axis back to was 12. That's just that. And if this works, this isn't the end. I want to figure out a good angle to have these tongs at in relation to the scoop part. So after this, I'll break this up into different pieces and put a probably just a slot on here to slip these tongs into, because I want to figure out the best angle, because like going at it like this seems uncomfortable, especially because the tongs are kind of at the top of the thing, you know. But this will work for now. I'm gonna go ahead and actually rename this to Tongs with scoop. And I'm gonna go ahead and save this. 1082 is not too many. Alright, and now I'll see how well this works. I hope this works at all, because, like, to be honest, I'm not even done with the stiffness here. I'm skipping from testing the stiffness of these tongs to this whole system. But I don't know, maybe it'll work. We'll see. Alright. I've got the the thing here. Hi, Chia. And then yeah. So it's really heavy on the end, it's funny. It wiggles a lot. The shape here, this triangular shape, didn't turn out too well. It broke off, like right when I pulled it off of the printer, and then it broke off on both ends, so on both sides. So I'm gonna change that to be a half circle shape instead of a triangle. But other than that, it came out as expected. The triangular shape here increased the stiffness enough that it takes quite a bit of force. Not much, not that much, but still enough, right, to bend it. So that's good. So yeah, of course, it's funny. It's funny. It jiggles. Anyways, so now I'm gonna test it on this basket of like 2 fries. I noticed that this one fits inside of a smaller cup than the other ones do, which is kind of nice. What's this? Yeah. So now I'm just gonna see if I can grab the fries, and if I can grab the fries and this works, and then I can move on to other stuff. Depth perception is difficult through a phone camera. Did this break again? Yeah, whatever. Yes, it broke again, didn't it? Half circle it is. All of the fries decided to go in the wrong direction. Okay, so that's a problem. The ones that are on the edge are doing what I expected them to do, which is they don't want to go in. And I can't close this all the way because these are being held in. So I'm gonna see something because I noticed when this broke that it fits this way. And I can probably get a better reach on the fries if I go sideways. Right? Get both ends on the bottom of the fry basket, right? And that worked. It just didn't work very well. It worked better than trying a regular pair of tongs, I think. I'm gonna pour these back in. I'm gonna get the other pair of tongs. Depth perception is hard. So it was easy. It's easier to grab these with the tongs, although I notice I haven't grabbed very many. And then you just kind of drop them in, right? But the problem with these regular tongs, right? The reason they don't work as nicely as they should is when you grab a lot. Well, these can't grab a lot of these fries because these fries are thick. But when you grab a lot of fries, right, with the tongs, they get all bunched up and difficult to fit into the fry cups because the fry cups openings are like about that, and then it's hard to like fit them in, you know. So if I try something, if I try to scoop these on both ends here, and then I put it in, right? I liked how I was able to put it in the cup fairly easily. What I didn't like is how difficult it is to grab these, and part of that is that the shape of the basket is not very conducive to this. I think if I had actually a rounded edge, it's so hard to get things to focus with this stupid phone. It's changing the freaking light balance, which is dumb. But if I had a rounded edge there instead of a pointed edge, I think it would glide along the basket more easily. Right? Another thing I can try is just trying to scoop it, right? Like this. Right? And again, it's grabbing them on the side like a regular pair of tongs would. So I'm not too keen on that. I don't know what I can do about that. But the putting it in a fry cup part, that's the improvement there. But I think the way I should go is to shape it so that I can go sideways in the basket like this, right? Because when I get a good angle, see, that's really nice. So I should go sideways, because if I go sideways, I have the space to open up the tongs as wide as I want, and then fitting the tongs in the fry basket becomes a non-issue, right? And then I can get more fries per scoop by increasing the size of these, by increasing the length of these here. So then the changes I would have to make to do that are to make this shorter, actually, than it is, and then so I make this shorter than it is, like about that tall. And then I'm gonna, frankly, I don't need that shape at the end, so I'm just gonna go ahead and ignore it because it just caused problems. So I'm gonna just make this shorter and make this a little longer, just a little bit. And I might actually make the tongs a bit wider to begin with, right, so that I can get a better scoop, you know. These fries are not like the fries at work. These are store-bought Walmart French fries, and they're pretty thick, and they're also really stiff because I like them crispier on the outside. These two French fries right here. These two French fries right here. Grab them, put them in. See, that right there, that's the goal. The angle here, the 90-degree angle, is really awkward and annoying, but it's not that bad, right? It's not that bad. Is there another fry in there? It's not that bad. But yeah, the tong parts, the fixes to the tongs actually worked fairly well. I can actually pick up this whole water bottle, and I don't know if that's helped by the shape of this end here, but yeah. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make the tongs wider to begin with, because I'm gonna shift from going this way to going this way. Right? I'm gonna make them shorter. And then another thing is I need to hold them like this. I keep wanting to hold them like this for some reason. I should hold them like this. So I can do two things, right? I can either move this downward point, right, down here. What was the other thing I could do? Right? Or I could... What was the other thing? Okay, you know what? I'll just move this downward point down to the bottom here. So yeah, I'll get rid of the tippy tip there. I'll make it shorter. I'll move the downward point, and I think that'll improve it some. Now that downward point moving down there is just because I want to hold it like this instead of like this, right? Because it would be easier to do things at this angle. But again, eventually I want to take these and move them at a different angle. I don't want it at 90 degrees because 90 degrees is kind of annoying, you know. I'd like it more like this, which is, I don't know, maybe like somewhere between 45, 50, and 30. One of those angles, right? So yeah. So yeah, it looks like the changes I will need to make are make the tongs wider, make the scoop a little shorter, and swap this angle from here to here and get rid of that pointed bit, right? Because that pointed bit was based off of the actual scoop, and it appears to not be necessary with this. So, and round off this so that it slides along the bottom of the fry basket more easily. So yeah, now I'm gonna go ahead and make those changes and also eat these French fries.